We have ended HHS as the role as the vector, the principal vector in this country for child trafficking. And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, the 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration. We have.
Yeah, so you guys remember when ICE randomly lost like 87,000 children, and then they kept losing children, right? And basically they were just sending them off to random people based on phone numbers, and they weren't checking where they were going. They weren't checking in on them once they were there. They were kind of just off, and nobody knew where they were, and they were with who knows who.
There was little to no vetting done for this. So many people that by lost, they mean that they couldn't, there was no way to track them down. There's no way to get a hold of them. Like, oh, we went to this person. They go there. There's nobody there. They call a number. Nobody answers. No way to find out if these kids are okay. Yeah.
And remember when the Biden admin also got rid of DNA testing, which means they weren't testing if the kids who were coming over were actually coming over with their parents, with their birth parents.
That's right.
Whereas Trump's first term, they were DNA testing to make sure that they weren't sending kids with traffickers.
Right. They tried to say, oh, they're separating families, like for a small period of time to make sure that the person they came across the border with is the
actually
actual
their
mother
family.
or father. Yeah. Oh, they're separating families. Like,
yeah, no, they were separating kids from their traffickers that were posing as their families.
Right. I think we showed some of those videos of them coming in all drugged up and
just terrible.
Unable to even speak to say that, hey, this person isn't, I'm not with this person, or they're being threatened or worse, So when they couldn't find, it ended up being, they said up to 300,000 kids, right? That they couldn't find. They couldn't get a hold of. They couldn't, locate in any
They just didn't know where they went.
Right. And this is modern day slavery, guys. This is our administration ending slavery through the border, ending slavery, using slave labor across the sea. So this is all coalescing into something bigger that is happening in the American way.
Absolutely. I just want to know the specifics, like how exactly was HHS involved? What was their role? What were they letting happen? And what did they actually stop? I'm sure a lot of those answers are going to be coming out here in the coming weeks. But I'm glad that the ball is moving on that and it's being brought to Trump's awareness. And yeah, great.
So hopefully you guys are still with us right now. We are Speak Truth America. I am Des.
And I'm Serene.
It's a show where we are pro-God,
pro-freedom, and pro-truth. We're just a couple of hippie patriots bringing you what the TV can't televise.
That's right. We got producer Brian back there making it all happen.
Ow, ow.
Welcome to episode 23.
All right.
Gang signs.
Moving on. So Kash Patel came out and posted an amazing post that they arrested some human traffickers, actually. So
justice is coming, guys.
Justice is coming. And even though I know a lot of people are really upset about the Epstein stuff, that we didn't get all of it, that it doesn't seem like a lot is happening there. But who really knows if the Epstein situation was the biggest fish to fry? There could be huger fish in the pond of this human trafficking network that they are working on that we don't even know about. Epstein is the person we know about, but there's many out there that we don't know about. And so Kash wrote this. New, working with the Justice Department and Pam Bondi, I can now report the FBI and our partners have arrested 2 individuals on charges of operating an international child exploitation enterprise. This is a significant case in our renewed mission to crack down on child, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube,
so we'll just keep
and
reading.
Abuse, heinous crimes that no child or parent should ever be faced with. We believe these 2 individuals are leaders within a violent online network known as 764, which often targets minors. They will now face justice. Thank you to all who assisted. This FBI will never stop working to pursue, find, and bring justice to those who harm innocent children.
That's right.
So,
yes,
honestly, that should be our number one priority because children are the most vulnerable. And it's really nice seeing an FBI that's actually working to end this instead of aid it.
That's right. I mean, just look at the P. Diddy thing and just anything. It takes a long time for this stuff to happen. If you even start from when, what's his name? Cat Williams was putting it out there saying, this is going to happen. Like, they're going to go after him. That's like, you could mark that the beginning, right? And then you hear the charges. There's more charges. There's accusations. They're building a case. You know, it's going through a lot of processes, but it has to stick, you guys. It has to be done right. They can't just rush in there and start throwing charges at people if they don't have all the evidence, if they don't have all their ducks in a row.
Right. And it has to align perfectly because they got one shot. Otherwise, you know, they could totally blow it and the big guys can get away. If you guys saw the movie Sound of Freedom, even there's scenes where he's undercover and he's with the people that are doing the human trafficking and all of that. And they can't just go in and arrest him right away, even though he knows for sure the dude he's sitting with is part of this and running this operation. They can't do anything about it. So he has to just bite his tongue and act like everything's cool until the scene where they're all together and they have the children and it's like, you know, there's no like loose ends there. And then they go in and make the bust.
Right. Because you guys got to remember, this didn't all just happen on American soil. In fact, I'm going to say that they were very careful about where they did this kind of stuff, on what islands they were doing it on, out in international waters, things that make it very difficult for our U.S. government to just step in and, you know, lay the hammer of justice down.
Right.
So it has to be done very meticulously. It has to be done properly. So just justice is coming, guys. Don't lose the faith and don't start giving the left or any of these Democrats any ammo to say, oh yeah, well, there's, you know, people are not satisfied with what Trump's doing. Give it some time, guys. It's been 100 days. 100 days.
They had to get people in and, you know, secure everyone's position. Then they got to go over everything and learn about what's been going on. Look at the documents, like look at everything. And then they got to make a plan on how they're going to execute it. And like, you know, there's phases. So it all can't be done in the first 100 days. It's just ridiculous.
You got cartels, you got all kinds of trafficking that's already happening. You've got everything that DOGE is uncovering. You've got, which is USAID. You got, I mean, Tesla vandalism. You got so much going on. They are swamped with stuff, guys. No pun intended. They are swamped with all of the swamp. So
they're swamped by the swamp.
Just put that into perspective, guys. I'm not saying don't hold their feet to the fire. I'm not saying stop asking questions. That is not at all what I'm saying. Hold their feet to the fire, keep asking questions, but also keep the faith.
Yeah.
The faith in God.
And patience, you know. All good things have time.
Yeah,
you know?
Patience, guys. Yeah.
We've been patient for a long time, so what's another little bit, right?
Come on.
Someone who really deserves justice, though, is Virginia Giuffre. If you guys didn't hear by now, she supposedly committed suicide, which we all know is some BS because, like 2 weeks before she supposedly killed herself, she got hit by a bus and was given 4 days to live by the doctors. And then got out of that, survived, and got brought home. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just decides to kill herself, right? Yeah, right.
Right. Like Gary Webb, 2 gunshots to the back of the head.
Yeah, it's like they didn't succeed the first time, so they definitely did the second time. And it's really sad. And she was huge in bringing all of this to the light. Her testimony got Epstein put away and a lot of different people implicated in all of this. And so she had some really big people after her. And so
Prince Andrew.
Yeah, right.
Bill Clinton.
You know, exactly. So there's a clip of her dad talking, basically saying that she wasn't suicidal, and they definitely got her.
About your reaction when you heard that she'd taken her life.
Well, first of all, I couldn't even believe it. I mean, I started crying right away. I'm still crying. I can't believe that this is happening. It's impossible. And then for them to say that she committed suicide, there's no way that she did. Somebody got to her.
About your reaction when.
Yep.
Man. I can't even imagine what
This
that
is how serious all of this is. But she did give her testimony several times, and so they have a lot of that information still. And I believe that she will still be able to help get all of this sorted out.
That's right.
Just by what she's already said.
Yeah, like Mike Davis said on our last episode last week, justice is coming, guys. They've got what they need. They
Yep.
just need to put all their ducks in a row. And yeah, our prayers and our thoughts go out to Virginia Guffrey and her family right now. So don't forget to pray for her soul and for her family right now, guys.
Yeah, she's had such a rough life, and she's leaving behind children and all of that. So,
But her legacy will be ultimately that she helped to destroy the cabal.
Exactly.
The evil cabal. So,
exactly.
you know, keep praying, guys. Don't stop praying.
Yeah. Because I even think that she put out a post about not being suicidal, and that, you know, if anything were to happen, then for sure someone got her.
It's like Isaac Cappy and, you know, just so many different
anybody that
people.
starts speaking out, right? Chester Bennington and
Right.
who
Or
else
they
was
start,
that? Chris
Chris
Cornell.
Cornell. You had
They were gonna release
Anthony
stuff.
Bourdain. You had all these people who were involved with exposing the traffic.
Avicii. Remember?
Avicii.
After that video.
Wow, we should show
For a Better Day, I
maybe we could
believe,
show
is
that
the
at the end or
song. If
something.
you go look it up.
clearly about trafficking right before.
Oh, yeah, the music
A Better
video is
Day.
100%
A Better Day.
about-
That's what it was called.
For a Better Day. Yeah, I think it is.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Try not to tear up watching that.
Yeah,
you
and then
guys.
he commits suicide shortly after that too. Like,
Yeah, this is ugly, but it's coming to an as it comes closer to the end, they will become more dangerous, guys.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
keep the faith and stay powered up in the armor of God. But yeah, like we said, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of justice that needs to be dealt out right now. And right now, what another thing that's just been handed to them is what DOGE is uncovering.
Yeah,
and they have
a
a
lot.
lot from all these different departments. You know, got they were just talking about from USAID, and now they've got more from the Department of Education. And this is some clear fraud. This is one of the like things that you just see every time that there's, you know, some crime being committed behind the scenes governmentally. They erase the evidence. Hillary Clinton erased the evidence here in Arizona with the elections.
They always just erase evidence.
It's erased. It got erased. It got erased. Apparently, that's not a big enough crime. Does everybody remember when Ariella Bendenstein had blown the whistle on when Hillary was part of the State Department? If you do, leave a comment if you remember that. And then they had all the evidence in the State Department, and then the evidence got stolen out of the State Department, and now nobody remembers it. Right down the memory hole. If you remember that, put it in the comments, and also hit subscribe if you guys are feeling it. So let's check out what
there's a couple of
With the
videos
DOGE.
we have here from
Big Balls and and the gang.
Right, so just a few hours after we got into their headquarters, we found that their chief accountant had actually deleted over 1 terabyte of accounting records from several years. So you'd have to ask the question, well, why would somebody do that? The DOGE team, fortunately, was able to recover that data with the help of a few great employees at the Institute of Peace. And I think the most troubling thing was they received $55 million a year from Congress, and any money that went unspent, instead of returning that to Congress, they would sweep it into a private bank account, which had no congressional oversight. And that's what they would use to fund things like events at their headquarters and the private jets. And so I think it's a great example because most Americans don't know what's going on at a lot of these smaller agencies. And this is, I think, the most extreme case of some of the wasteful spend that we're finding.
So the agencies are hiding money from you. They're sending it to the Taliban. They have loaded weapons in the department buildings.
At the Institute of Peace.
At the Institute of Peace.
Yes.
That's right.
So this is a cover-up when you guys roll in.
This one, yes, they cover up. Yes.
It's a cover-up.
They did delete a vast amount of financial information. That's really a definition of a cover-up.
Isn't that illegal to delete evidence?
Yes.
Shred documents?
It is. It's certainly illegal to delete accounting records that that Congress would certainly want to know where the congressionally appropriated funds are going from taxpayers.
When you catch them going Hillary style on their computers, do you refer this to the Department of Justice?
In this case, we did refer the evidence in the accounting example to the FBI and DOJ, and we were proud to do that. So yes, we did.
Resistance has...
Yeah, a lot of referrals going on, guys. We don't even get to see half of what's being referred to them. Here's this, here's this, here's this.
Yeah, they're dealing with a ton right now. So justice is coming.
Justice is coming.
I think we have another clip from the same sit down here.
Yeah, there's more. It's juicy. Check it out.
The Department of Education. And there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us, they found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that DOGE made with the Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made. You must upload your receipt. And upon doing so,
Yes.
nobody drew down any money anymore.
Yes, but we didn't say that we'd check the receipt. You could send a fake receipt. You could send a picture of your dog. Anything. Anything. But as soon as we asked for anything at all, suddenly the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's.
Very telling.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Department of Education. What do you guys need that for? I mean, what? They said, was the statistic like 20% of the actual budget goes to the actual children?
Right. Well, good thing Trump ended that. Oh my gosh.
I mean, we all went to public schools, or most of us did. And did you feel like you got a quality education?
No.
I didn't get challenged at
no.
all. It was all so much BS and just so much bureaucracy that you could see that even the teachers were miserable.
And you just learn to memorize. That's pretty much all it is. You learn to memorize, you learn to take tests, and you don't learn any actual real life things that you need to know, right. Anything that's applicable to real life. I remember like being in high school, like we had to learn all these like things, whatever, for our tests. But then like, I was like, wait, I got a car. How do I pump gas? Like,
yeah, right,
you know, like,
how do I do, what's a checkbook? How do I balance?
How do I,
just
yeah,
things.
Taxes? Like, I'm going to have to do what?
Yeah. Financing? What is financing?
Right.
Credit? How does credit work?
Nobody knows how credit works, right? You just got to figure it out.
Got to figure it out. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Like you eventually go to your bank and they go, here's how you build credit. And you're like, oh,
it's crazy that they don't teach that.
I mean, your
stuff.
parents, you know, of course, but that's.
But if your parents don't know, then they're not going to be able to teach you. So.
All they do in public school is indoctrinate and inculcate. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Just fill you full of the line and then repeat it a bunch of times and then just repeat can you repeat it? Yeah, repeat the line.
Biden reference if you guys didn't get it.
End of quote. Repeat the line.
Repeat the line. Anyways, justice is coming. Moral of the story, we're just getting started. It's only been 100 days, maybe 101 now.
101 days.
And yeah, so we'll even have Trump tell you himself.
Take it away, Trump.
This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in.
Kicking off.
Ain't seen nothing yet. Boom, boom.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So be patient. Hang in there. Justice is coming. It's going to happen. And be prepared for it.
Yeah. I'm 2,000% satisfied with the job they're doing, you guys. And we need to have this total, like, unwithableness to us. So we need to be able to just roll with this momentum and then push through all the haters, change the narrative on our own because we are the media now, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And you too, you're the media.
You're
So
the media.
get out there
Yep.
and speak the truth
right.
as well.
You and us.
Well, I think that's about
all we got.
all that we have for today. If you guys like today's episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things. And remember that we're all here for a reason, and it's up to us to create a better, more truthful world together. So always seek the truth and always speak the truth, even if your voice shakes.
That's right. And remember to stay powered up in the armor of God, you guys. Only through our Father in heaven, Jesus Christ, can we do all things.
Amen. All right. Till next time.
Love you guys.
Peace.